Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to keep the player reviews rolling. We did already do a player review for Calafiori. Up next on the list, man, is none other than Huijsen. Dean Huijsen is an 85 rated card. He has the lengthy acceleration type, right-footed with 2-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot. Now, as you guys know, in order to complete the SBC, there are 2 different requirements, and it is going to cost you like 50,000 coins to complete, which is a pretty decent price for the SBC. Now, I don't know about you guys, man, but I didn't even notice that he was 6'6", man. I thought he was maybe like 6'1", 6'2", so, I mean, we do have a very tall frame. Now, he can only play the center back position, and looking at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, the pace for a center back is maybe a little bit lower. He does have really good reactions, some decent composure as well. The 87 defending and 83 physical are obviously going to be the 2 standout stats for the card, man. I feel like defensively, he is going to be very solid. He does have 88 interceptions, 87 defensive awareness, and 87 stand tackle, which for a center back at this stage of FC 26, man, is a huge W in my opinion. A nice little touch, boys, is the fact that he does also have 89 short pass and 87 long pass, so using him maybe like a ball-playing defender wouldn't be too bad either. Now, with Huijsen, he can have both the controlled and the lengthy acceleration types, and I feel like it's really important for him to have the lengthy acceleration type. So for me personally, boys, when it comes to chemistry styles, I would actually go ahead and give him the Shadow Chem style. 78 pace isn't bad, but it can most definitely be a lot better. And the Shadow is going to give him a +6 upgrade. So he is going to have 84 pace and then also 91 defending. And on Footbin, boys, it's also showing that with the Shadow Chem style, he does become a 90 rated center back. So that's going to be really interesting to test out. Now, in terms of playstyles, boys, he does have 4 different playstyles: the ping pass, block, intercept, and slide tackle. If we compare his playstyles to Calafiori, I feel like his playstyles are a little bit more suited for the position that he actually plays. The block and intercept playstyles are going to be really important for the AI defending. Slide tackle is okay, and then ping pass, not too bad either. But again, man, I feel like EA with the SBCs could have given these cards a little bit better playstyles. Maybe like the quick step, the relentless, the anticipate, just to add a little bit more to their defensive game. So with the way that the card is set up and the player roles that he does have, I feel like this is a huge letdown, boys. He doesn't have the defender player role plus, which for me personally is the best player role for his center back to have. He does have 1 player role plus as a stopper, and then also 2 player role pluses as a wide back, and then also as a ball playing defender, man. So I don't know, do you maybe risk it and run him as a defender even though it isn't a player role plus? The stopper player role isn't too bad, boys, but I feel like it is a little bit aggressive in game, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that affects his game overall. Now, as you guys already know, we did do a player review for Calafiori. If you guys didn't check out that video, definitely go ahead and check it out. It's going to be really interesting to compare the 2 players and see whether or not Huijsen is the better option. As always, if you guys do enjoy these FC 26 player reviews and you want to see more videos like this on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload, and then if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright, boys, here we are jumping into game number 1 using the new Huijsen Ratings Reload card, and I must say, man, I feel like it's going to kind of be like 50-50 between him and Calafiori. I feel like there's going to be a large amount of players that are actually going to choose Calafiori, but then there's also going to be a lot of people that do choose Huijsen. Now, we did give him the anchor chemistry style just because I couldn't snipe the Shadow off of the market, boys, so a little bit better pace, defending, and physicality, which is definitely going to add a lot to his game. Now, keep in mind, boys, he doesn't have the jockey playstyle, so the manual defending is going to be really interesting to test out. I might actually try to step right here. This guy is just going to run with Rafinha. That's not bad, boys. I feel like it is pretty easy to control him. Huijsen with the slide tackle. It's a great finish, man. We were a little bit late right there with the reaction. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that was my bad. My manual defending could have been a little bit better. All right, boys, let's test out his long-range passing very early on. We did signal Reece James to make a run. You know what, boys? That's kind of crazy, man. That long ball right there. If Reece James' touch was a little bit better, we honestly score, man. First time. That's an incredible ball over the top. If you are struggling to break down your opponent, man, definitely go ahead and use that from time to time. It does take some time getting used to, but once you get it down, it is actually really OP. Kickoff glitch, boys. We got to stop the kickoff glitch right here. Musiala, so good on the ball. Huijsen, that's good, man. I mean, right there, manual defending did feel really nice. Very good block. The fact that he does also have the block and the intercept playstyles, I feel like as a center back, that's going to kind of like give him the edge over Calafiori. I mean, this guy is going to spring into a counterattack. I'm low-key kind of tempted to maybe step. Huijsen again. Yeah, he tried to play that through, man. That's a great interception. Now just ping it through the middle. You know what, man? Ping pass, obviously, like, it isn't important for a center back, but it's a nice little touch. All right, man. Another corner in the 28th minute. I'm not going to put too much power behind it. I'm just going to try to go near post. We do win the header, boys. Right there, my aim should have just been a little bit better. No aerial fortress playstyle for him, but he is 6'6", man. So if you are good at corners, definitely target him. And we are a little bit out of position, boys. That's great recovery speed. Again, breaking up the play with the intercept. Now, we do maybe have a little bit of space down the right-hand side. That's an incredible ball, boys. It really is. Sometimes it can be a little bit annoying to play against that because I feel like your center back shouldn't be able to make a pass like that. But Huijsen, man, that's a really good ball again. Now we do have Reece James making that run, boys. Can we time it? He is playing a very high line. That's a great ball. Now we just need a little bit of support. Call Esteval. We do win the header. Jorginho Ruta. Fake shot. 5-star weak foot. Ooh, it's just wide, man. It's just wide. I kid you not, boys. Using him as a ball-playing defender might actually be the move. Because his passing has been really good so far. Isak, he might try to go for a finesse shot right here. Great manual defending. Did kind of spin us. He is using a lot of, like, shielding whenever he gets the ball with Isak. So we got to keep that in mind. Play through. What a ball, man. What a ball that is. Again, boys, like, the technical side to his game when it comes to, like, his short pass and long pass has honestly been really good. Now, obviously, like, it's not too important for a center back, but it is, like, a nice little touch to have. Huijsen again. I just want to try to maybe apply a little bit of pressure. Just because now we do have, like, a really good goal lead. Musiala. He might try to put that back onto his right foot. Lamine Yamal back onto his left. Good manual defending, man. Especially, like, when you go with that second man press. Like, he is very easy to control. I know it's still really early in the player review, boys, but if I had to compare him with Calafiori at the center back position, I think I'm going with Huijsen. Did play that well. That's a great tackle, man. I mean, he's been very consistent in the tackle, even without the anticipate play style. Well, this guy might go over the top. This is where we need the recovery speed, boys. Isak, Huijsen. We're not going to catch up, boys. We're not going to catch up right there. So again, you're going to have to be careful, man, because if you are coming up against like your very quick type of strikers, once he breaks that defensive line, it is going to be quite difficult to catch up to him. Now with the Shadow Chem style, it might be a little bit better. We did give him anchor, so it would be really interesting to test him out with Shadow as well. One thing that I will say, boys, with like his larger frame, if you are really good at manual defending, it is going to be low-key kind of difficult to get around him. Like, he's a very strong player both on and off the ball. Alright, boys, straight into game number 2 we go, and so far so good. I think that is safe to say whichever player you end up choosing from the player pick, like, they do make a pretty solid player for this stage of FC 26. If you are in need of a center back, for me personally, I would go with Huijsen over Calafiori, but if you do need a left back, obviously go with Calafiori. And one thing that I do want to mention, boys, because he is 85 rated, you never know, might fit into like a future evolution as well. But yeah, man, same thing goes for game number 2. Just test out the defensive ability a little bit more. I feel like so far he has been pretty balanced, both AI defending and manual defending. Did have a little bit of space right there. This guy is using Frankie de Jong. Nice, boys. That's a good second man press right there. Now, whenever we do a play review on a center back, it can be a little bit repetitive. So you guys also want to see like the goals and the highlights during the game. Let me know in the comment section down below. I might try to play that through, man. He did actually have a really good run right there. Now, this guy might try to overload the right-hand side. Is he going to play it or is he just going to run in a straight line? He's whipped it in. Huijsen, boys, we do win the header right there. That kind of took me by surprise because Hemp won the header. All right, man, let's see if we can maybe try to overload the right-hand side right here. Huijsen, yeah, this guy does play 4-4-2, I'm pretty sure. Let's go long. Boys, his long-range passing is honestly cracked, man. It is going to work out for us. I was about to say almost works out for us. Like I said, man, if your opponent's playing a high line or if he's playing like very aggressive and you're struggling to break that down, use R1 and square or RB and X depending on the console that you're on. Huijsen, man, what an interception that is, boys. I kid you not, man. I was so focused right there. The AI defending, again, kind of saved us because we did step with our center back. He's looking for that pass through the middle, boys, so we're trying to cover that. He's got a little bit of support right there from Hemp. Huijsen, I'm just going to try to press right here. That's a good tackle. Very good tackle right there. Kind of like picking and choosing when to step with him, you know, being a little bit more cautious. Alright, boys, so after using Huijsen in a few games of FUT Champions, I think that is safe to say, man, a very solid center back for this stage of FC 26. If you guys can remember, a couple weeks ago, we did get the Cornerstones Hanchko SBC, and if you did complete that SBC, I feel like Huijsen would actually make a really good center back partner for him. Now, we did give him the Anchor Chem style, so he does have 79 acceleration and 82 sprint speed, and for the most part, his recovery speed was okay. He wasn't like the quickest of center backs I ever used. If you are coming up against like your very quick and very agile type of attackers, if you do play a very high line, if your opponent breaks that defensive lineman, it is going to be quite difficult to catch up to him, so definitely keep that in mind. But for the most part, man, I feel like defensively he was a very solid player. I love the play styles that he does have, and with the Anchor Chem style, man, I feel like in the tackle he was very consistent and then also very good at breaking up the play. With him being 6'6", he does also have a bit of a larger build in game, so with 90 strength and 88 aggression, he was also very strong both on and off the ball. And that's one part of his game that I did find really OP, boys. He's very good in like those 50-50 duels. Now, as you guys saw in some of those highlights, the technical side to his game was honestly not too bad, man. His cross diagonals were really effective, and then his passing overall was pretty good. So if you do want to try to incorporate him a little bit more like a ball-playing defender, I feel like that would actually be a pretty solid player role for him. Now, as you guys know, in order to complete the SBC, there are two different requirements. and it is going to cost you like 50,000 coins to complete. And I feel like for that price, you are getting a very solid center back. The one thing that I really like is the fact that he does have both the block and the intercept playstyles, very important playstyles for a center back to have. And from a defensive point of view, he can do everything pretty well. So if I had to choose between him and Calafiori for the center back position, I would personally go ahead and choose Huijsen. Now, that isn't to say that Calafiori is bad. I just feel like Huijsen has a better setup. I mean, his playstyles are better. Calafiori has like power shot, long ball pass, aerial fortress. Now, if you are in need of a left back or maybe a player with a bit more versatility, Calafiori is still a pretty decent option to go ahead and choose. And another thing that I do want to go ahead and mention, boys, is the fact that Huijsen, I mean, he's only 85 rated. The highest stat that he does have is 87 for his defending. So you never know, he might fit into like a future evolution. The only real letdown that I did notice with him is maybe the fact that he doesn't have like the jockey playstyle. I feel like jockey is really important in FC 26, but other than that, man, a pretty solid setup for the price. But yeah, man, if you do have the fodder to complete the SBC, I feel like both players are definitely solid options, but for me, Huijsen is a little bit better in game. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know by leaving a like, comment down below what player you guys would like to see next in another player review. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Booba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.